Hello, and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Yeah, last time we saw another. I don't want to say awful because it's a great episode. It is actually pretty good, amazingly well done. But it makes you feel so bad, so sad in a certain point that yes, you cannot not stop yourself from crying. Again, this is the amazing of this series. That yes, the last episode I was dreading to watch again. Yes, it was the other episode I was dreading to watch. But because it makes you feel so strongly about the characters inside of this show, that yes, when you see somebody being killed off, it really hurts you, especially because everything that surround Hugh's death was awful, was very sad, because you met him as a great father. You met him as a great husband. It's not just a douchebag that just kind of provides silly comments, but is actually a terrible person in behind the scenes, and you see that his wife hates him, or his daughter not even acknowledge him, or something along those lines. No, this is not the case with Hughes. Hughes is a devoted father, a devoted husband, and he truly, genuinely loves his daughter and his wife. He just cannot stop talking about them because he loves them so much. And my guess, this is something that he was kind of expecting. He wanted to make the best out of the time he has in this world, because yes, he works in the military and he's intelligent, and he is not going to say, yeah, sure, go ahead and do all the terrible things you want to do just to protect his own life. The guy had principles. The guy really knew that his life will be at risk the way he behaves, the way he is, and that's why he was so loving toward his wife, loving toward his daughter, even when they are not near him in that moment, even when they are at their house, he was always speaking about them. And yes, you can see that he genuinely loved both of them, and he wants to create this kind of space of love, because yes, even with Al and Ed, he behaves like a surrogate father, like a good friend, trying to protect them in the first few episodes, even if he's weirded out by the armor, or even if he doesn't know what is well below the armor of Al. And then we saw that with Winry, that he just met her, but he knows that she is a friend, possible girlfriend of one of them, and that's why he wanted to invite her into his own world, or the world of his daughter. So yes, you were speaking about a great character, a very humane character, and a character that you love. That's why he's dead. It's so painful. Because unlike the other bastard, the other father that died in this series, in this case, the other bastard of episode 4, the Chimera guy, and again, I'm refusing to say his name because he doesn't deserve to be acknowledged like that. This is a loving father. He is willing to do whatever it takes to protect his family and the people that are close to him. So yeah, that's what is so sad. Why is so sad he's dead? That is why. And it's an excellent episode, because what it tried to do, it does it perfectly. It does it flawlessly. It makes you feel sad. It makes you feel angry against the people who kill him. And yes, all the range of emotion that episode makes you feel, yes, it does it quite successfully. It's a terrible episode at the same time, because it makes you feel so bad, so sad for a fictional character. So yeah, it's kind of ironic to be speaking about said episode, because yeah, it's kind of in the middle of these two things, that yes, you enjoy watching it because again, he's trying to do, and he's successfully doing what he's trying to do, but on the other hand, the thing that he's trying to do is make you feel sad. Yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, I think I rambled enough about this in the last episode, so yeah, let's just cut all of these and watch the next one, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time the 11th episode of the series. And yeah, this is something that is not going to be seen in the reaction. But yes, I was saying the first line that wasn't spoken in kind of the preview, because yes, the preview is always something that I cut out because yeah, it doesn't make any much sense to well leave it there. But the first line that wasn't spoken, Mace Hughes is dead. Oh God, thank you for reminding me that. Yeah, it's kind of ironic that the show is started like that, especially after my intro. But anyway, yeah, going directly to the episode. Yes, they arrive. Winry, Al, and Ed arrive to Rush Valley, and yes, they are so happy. Well, not they. I'm lying. Winry is so happy because she's surrounded by Automail, the best Automail in the world. Hell, even was expensive as hell. I think it was 1 million, whatever the coin that they are using in here. And yes, we saw the different parts, all the mechanics, and all that. Yes, Winry is in paradise. She loves Automail, and this is her biggest passion, so that's why she's so happy. Ed, not so much. Al is kind of indifferent. He's just looking around and being content with being with his brother and Winry. So yes, I love this image in which one of them is happy, one of them is angry, and one's kind of just looking around. Uh, but of course, Ed is well has Automail. And since this city wants to learn from Automail, wants to see Automail, this city breeds Automail almost every second of their life, everybody go close by and start to inspect the Automail from Ed. He is completely surrounded. And yes, yeah, everybody's starting to see. And we saw kind of an important character in the future. Of course, this is not pointed that directly, and everybody's kind of bothering Ed in a moment. Of course, he gets angry and pushes everybody away because oh no! Before that happens, of course, how could I forgot? They strip him almost completely naked, almost just in his underwear. And yes, Winry is so happy, and Ed is just so furious, pushing everybody away. And when he kind of dressed himself again, uh, while we see in the background. Winry is been showing off, or everybody's showing off their Automail, and everybody's kind of saying, "Oh, how tall Al is." This is when Ed figured out that somebody stole his watch, his silver watch, the symbol of the authority as an alchemist, as a state alchemist. But not only that, I don't think that symbol is that important. Perhaps he can ask for another one if he lost it. But I think what is important is the date that he engraved inside of the watch. And yes, I love the juxtaposition of scenes. The completely silly stuff on one side, with Ed, Al, and Winry just screaming, "Oh!" and the other normal side, in a normal drawing, oh yeah, that's probably Panini. And yes, again, they return to the normal state. But of course, it's not completely normal because the three of them are just with their hands like this. I love it. I love those small details because that makes the joke even better. And yes, they explain. Oh yeah, she must have taken the watch because she's kind of infamous pickpocket, and she's going to take it to the deep in the mountains to Mr. Dominic in this case. They don't say all this information at first, of course. They said, "Oh yes, I don't have problems telling you," but first, and this is when the kind of creepy, kind of funny scene happens. Oh, they just get closer, look at your automail. And yes, you see the background and this, yeah, it's kind of creepy, but funny. And of course, Ed doesn't have patience for this. He transformed his automail arm into this giant knife and threatened them, of course, with mayhem. Yeah, they pointed the information I just gave, and they start to moving. The next scene, man, you can feel the heat, even though it's fall. When I'm recording this, I can feel the heat in that. Those effects, dude, seriously, that looks so hot. And of course, Ed and Winry are blaming each other for this trouble they are in now. Al sees the girl in the distance, and of course, the pursuit starts. We saw that Ed is desperate, really desperate, to catch this thief, and is just transforming everything to catch her even faster. The alchemy is working, of course, but this girl is pretty skillful and start to run away. Of course, Ed has the alchemy on his side and start to create this giant wall and the hands and start to attack. But of course, she escapes quite easily. But it was just a trap because Al was in front and he was just creating, he drew an alchemy circle and create this kind of cage so they can lock her inside of it. And yes, when they are about to see, oh, this is over, no, she pull out her own automail, the one on her legs, and of course she destroys the freaking cage, first with a very sharp knife, or I don't know, blade, I think is the correct word, and of course with a kind of a missile, it looks like a freaking missile, and start to run away. Of course, Winry captured her, and she doesn't let her go away. But not for the same reasons as to Ed and Al. She just said, oh, you're not going anywhere. The plan is not going to anywhere. Until she shows me her automail. And of course, that is Winry for you. It's just obsessed with automail. And of course, the Eldritch brothers are just like, oh, seriously, Winry, in this moment. And we met this new family. It's not her family, but it's a family of the owner of the place. In this case, Mr. Dominic. Winry starts to analyze and check the legs of the girl, and yes, it sounds kind of pervy when you say that out loud, but no, this is automail stuff. Start to check what the materials, the composition, everything that is legs. And yes, it takes it to an extreme, in which case you just put her face in the freaking leg and just, oh, you're so happy. But the other girl says, oh, just leave me alone. Those small details that are kind of in the background, that's what makes this joke so much good. Because yes, Winry is ignoring completely the request of Ed to recover the silver watch. Yeah, it's pretty funny when you think about it. And yes, of course, she's very respectful towards the guy who created this automail, because for her, this is a masterpiece. First, we saw a young guy, or relatively young guy, perhaps 5 or 6 years older than them, because he doesn't look that old. But he wasn't the one who created. And this is when we met Mr. Dominic, the real mechanic in here that really creates everything. And he, starts to inspect the automail of Ed. He started to see that, yeah, there is a lot of problems with the automail. For starters, it is very heavy, and she should not put that burden on the recipient and all of that. She kind of knows this, but she doesn't know how to make it strong without making it that heavy. That is what I assume that is happening here. And this is when, sorry, I just remember the part in which, yes, Ed was called small, because probably that's why this guy is so small. And first, of course, is the normal reaction of Ed, and, oh, don't call me small. But then suddenly he realized something, that perhaps it's not his fault being small. That is not because he doesn't drink milk, but actually because the automail is way too heavy. And I love how he just goes from this mad person to this, oh my god, I could be taller. And his imagination gets the better of him, because he's just so tall in his imagination. Taller than Winry, yes, but even taller than Al in his armor. I mean, so ridiculous. Yeah, even how he called him Poonie. Yeah, it's so ridiculous, but so much fun. Because yes, again, when we come back to the reality, we saw this happy place in which Ed is, and just angels, you see angels, and Ed is just, oh yes. But of course, this is a motivation for Winry to become the apprentice of Mr. Dominic. He said no, without even hesitation. He said no. This is funny because how sad is Winry in this moment and how Ed is desperate. Oh, come on, help her so you can make me grow taller with a lighter automail. But of course, Dominic doesn't take any apprentices. And yes, I love moments when called Flea and the transformation of Ed into a flea. It's really, really funny. Uh, Dominic goes away, and yeah, it starts to rain. Before that, yes, when we saw, of course, the intermission, the image intermission, we saw, of course, that. Oh no, it's before the intermission. Sorry, we saw that how he's telling Flea, Flea. It's very funny, and of course they find the wife of the. I know it's going to be so convoluted, but they found the wife of the son of Mr. Dominic. Because I don't recall her name and I don't recall the son's name. I don't think it was mentioned in this anime. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, they see her, and then this is when we notice, or at least when I noticed, that this woman was pregnant. Uh, yes, I love this cute moment. It's yes, we have our funny moments, but now we're seeing a very cute moment. Hell, I don't know if Al can feel the baby or can feel anything. I doubt it. But he just wants to be near this pregnant woman, and you can see him so happy. And he's so happy with the development in this case. And yes, it's so cute to see him like this. And even Ed after that, when he touches her belly, because yes, the wife offers it, oh yes, you can touch it. She doesn't say this, but those are the gestures that she's trying to make. And we saw the image of the small baby, and yes, it's so cute, so adorable. It's a very cute moment because we can see that they are starting to understand the value of human life before this, but they are still not underappreciating this gift of life, this beautiful moment in which a pregnant woman is able to create life. Yes, alongside with the husband or with the man, everybody is helping to create this life. It's so beautiful in this moment. It's so cute. Yeah, it's a very cute moment, a very calm moment, a very relaxed moment. Of course, I fear the worst because yes, this anime does that so well. When you're having so much fun and you're feeling so warm inside, it's really this show is an expert to take that away and drag you to the freaking ground. And that's when I saw her suffer and say, "Oh my god, what is going on?" Nothing happens for a while. And we saw again Winry and we saw Panini. I hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. And she explained how she get her legs. And this is a very tragic story because she lost her parents and her legs in a train accident. And she doesn't have any more family, so she was abandoned and without legs. Yeah, that is a very harsh life. And she was on the street. She was falling off on the street, even with that. I don't know if that was her wheelchair or it was just a chair that she found or something like that. But she was in the street, and yes, you can see her face. It's a very depressing side because she's angry, she's sad, she lost everything, and not just the people that are around her, but her own means of transportation. Because yes, she's trapped in this town. She's trapped within few distance because she doesn't have any legs. For a kid, that is impossible to think positively in this situation. And that's when Dominic finds her and kind of drags her away by force. But luckily, this guy is such a great person. Not just a good person, he's such a great person, willing to take care of this kid and give her something that, my guess, Ultraman is not cheap in this world. My guess, this is very expensive material, very expensive stuff, the Ultraman. And yes, this scene is kind of treated in a comedic side because yes, the little girl, well, this kid Panini, and again, I don't know why I'm pronouncing like that. Give me a second, I'm gonna verify if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. Okay, yes, I just checked it's Panini. No, Panini. I don't know why I was pronouncing it like that. Anyway, yeah. Panini, of course, was rescued and was given this, well, gift. Of course, there are consequences. The surgery was painful and the rehabilitation was, of course, painful too, as we knew that from well, the rehabilitation of Ed. But once she could walk again, the sensation she felt that she was the owner of the world. She can do whatever now that she can walk again. And yes, that is my guess, the outlook of life, that she's so thankful. Perhaps before that she didn't realize all the good that was being given to her. But after that, that she was able to walk again, yeah, she felt so grateful for Mr. Dominic. They continue to talk, and this is an important moment. She wants to repay Paninia, wants to repay the debt that she has with Dominic. Of course, Dominic is not asking for anything. He just gave that by his free will. But that is the reason behind the pickpocketing of her. And this, of course, gets Winry mad, because that is not something she must do. Paninia must work hard to earn the money so she can repay her debt. And yes, even she said that, yes, Miss Dominic is going to be a lot happier if you earn money honestly with those legs that he gave you. And this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. Why? Because we know that Dominic is a hard-working person. We can see that from the beginning of the episode, that he works hard and he's a perfectionist, because he's really, really, well, for creating something that amazing as what he created in this case. Yes, you need to be hardworking, you need to be serious in your own work. So yes, I understand how hardworking it is, and perhaps that's why he hasn't accepted any payment from Paninia, because she earned it in a very dishonorable way, let's say. So yeah, now that the realization dawned to Paninia, she says, "Yes, you're right. I will stop pickpocketing." And she tries to open the watch of the of Ed. She can, because it's sealed thanks to alchemy. But of course, that is not going to stop Winry to try to open it. She succeeds, and she only sees a message. Because don't forget, October 3rd, 11. This is an important date for it, and for the Elric brothers too. For both is important. Of course, the significance of the day is the day they burned down their house. And yes, it's not just the house that they were burned. Thanks to the shots that were, well, in this episode, it's kind of a way of get rid of the memories of the house. Because yes, a house is not just a house. A house, especially if you live happily in said house, it's full of memories, full of everything good that happened. Because yes, you tend to remember the happiest stuff, the good stuff. And this is getting rid of those wonderful memories that they have of their mother. So this is an important step, because that is the determination to fix their mistakes, to fix their bodies, and they cannot be attached into the past. Because even, yes, if they have something they can go back, when life is hard, they are going to go back to their comfortable place. And that's not what they want. They want to force themselves to really amend their mistakes. Because yeah, the military life they are really choose to live, it's a hard one, because they need the knowledge of the state alchemists have, the knowledge that only they have access to. But that means in case of a war, they could be called and they could go to the battlefield and risk their lives, or they could end up killing thousands and thousands of people, just like in the Ishbala war. So this is an important message, that yes, we cannot go back. We need to fix ourselves. And that is the amount of determination of the Elric brothers. This is something that when we realize, she knows the significance of the date. Paninia doesn't, because she doesn't know the Elric brothers. She goes and try again to be apprentice of Dominic. Something else interrupts this moment. In this case, the birth of a new life. And since they are so far away from the city, and since it's raining really, really heavily, they cannot take the wife into the city. So the only option is to go to the city and bring a doctor back. This, of course, is Dominic's task. The rest stay to wait patiently. But of course, this is not possible because the baby is about to be born. Everybody enters in a state of panic because nobody knows how to, well, deliver a baby or receive a baby. And yes, it's understandable. The only one who kind of stay calm during the whole birth is Winry. And I said kind of because this is something I forgot during my reaction, but she has a medical background, not as complete or not as complex as it should be to receive a baby, but at least her parents were medics, so she kind of knows all of this. So she's the best help they have. Everybody has a task, sorry, and they start to create all of this. The anguish of this scene is, of course, the delivery because she needs to take care of the baby. Luckily, in the end, and yes, again, I was so worried because, yeah, this show is an expert to take those warm moments into creating something awful. That when the last scene before we saw the baby is just awful. And yes, it's kind of a very accurate representation. A lot of blood and a lot of pain in a birth. So yeah, they are not sugarcoating anything of this. And hell, in this moment, the Elric brothers are saying, yes, please help them, God. Because yes, they do not believe in God. My guess, even though they saw a figure in this, well, perhaps Ed saw a figure in this... well, in the moment they try to transmute their mother, they don't believe that is God, because for them God should not be this cruel and all that. So that's why perhaps they do not believe in God, even though they kind of saw him in there. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, they are kind of in which please let it be everything all right. And then we saw, of course, again, the scene in which the baby is delivered. Yeah, yes, this is about to say, oh God, please be okay. The baby and the mother. I was, yes, and please let me be okay, because I did not remember this scene from the last time I watched the series. Luckily, when the color starts to get warmer and warmer thanks to the light of the sun, because yes, the rain was over and the sun was shining, I said, oh yes, everything is fine. And yes, we saw the baby and we saw the mother quite well. They watched the baby because yes, there's a lot of blood in there. And yes, Ed is so enthusiastic because this is a miracle, because this is something that the alchemists were trying to make hundreds of years ago, human life. And yeah, the nature is just succeeding without any problems. And I love the image of Al in the background doing this, very happy when he saw the baby. Yeah, it's so cute. And of course, Winry is so tired that she cannot get up. So she gets the help from Ed and they go outside to have a little talk. Yeah, this is when Winry confesses that she opened the watch. And with obvious reasons, Ed is angry. He just drops her in the ground because he's angry and she asks him for forgiveness. But again, I don't know if this will apply to anybody else or just to Winry. But he forgave her quite easily. Because even though he's angry, yes, you can see he's angry, he's trying to calm himself down for Winry so they can have a civilized talk. We get a flashback into the place or into the moment they burned their house. And yes, this is kind of a reminder of their determination to really succeed into what they want to succeed. This is a very deep moment because this is affecting, of course, Ed, because this is something that he needs to be done, because Ed was the only one who watched that inscription. Not even Al watched that. Only Ed, and in this case, Winry now. And that is able to understand the meaning behind those words. Because yes, even though anybody else could see that inscription, not everybody is going to get the meaning behind it. So yeah, that's why it's very important for Winry and for Ed. Those two are the only ones who really understand the meaning behind those words. We have a very warm talk. Yes, Winry is crying because obviously she's remembering the moment in which they burned their house. And yeah, everything that implies to that. But this is kind of, again, determination for Winry. She's just determined to get even better at creating automail, so Ed can be even better with the automail. Not as heavy, and of course stronger, so he cannot get worried for the automail and all that. And we saw again Paninia, and she's hit by Ed because, well, she stole his watch. And of course we saw the return of Dominic. He changed completely once he saw his grandson. I think it's grandson or granddaughter. I think it's grandson. And yes, this is understandable. Grandpas are always softer with the grandsons or grandchild, or well, grandchildren. They are always softer. And yes, you can see like the complete change of personality, because he just wants the baby to be happy, because he's so cute and he's his son's baby. So yeah, it's understandable. Yes, how much he changed when he saw the Elric brothers. And yes, he's so thankful because Winry did a great job, because the mother and the son are in great conditions. They are fine because every precaution was taken, so they will be all right in this case. And yeah, it's pretty cute when you think about it. The baby and the life and everything that is portrayed in here. But anyway, yeah, he is so thankful. He's still not going to take any assistance, of course, but he is going to recommend her to another person that is very capable of, well, creating automail. And if she wants to go visit their grandson, of course, they are free to come. It's kind of an implication. Yes, you can come and see my work. And this is where Winry is staying. She's going to stay in Rush Valley so you can learn to be a better mechanic for Ed. They go, of course, to the train station, and the train is about to leave, and this is the last train in 3 days so they can continue their journey. They board the train and go to their destination, leaving Winry behind. But leaving her behind because that is what she wanted to do. This is what she wants. She wants to learn from the best so she can deliver the best to Ed. And that is her determination, and is something that you can appreciate. There is a scene in this particular last moment when they are in the train station I want to speak about. We saw, of course, 3 wanted signs. One is for Scar, the other one is for another alchemist. I don't recall what is his involvement in this. And the third one, that what is in the middle, is from another person. An important one. That is the face I could not forget. I'm not gonna say who is that one because, again, the show hasn't shown us, so I will wait until that one. But anyway, yeah, I think I exhausted the topic of this episode. A very good one, a more relaxed one. Thank you for that. And yes, the only thing I have to say is thank you for your comments, your likes, your views, and your subscriptions. If you want to be a subscriber, click on the button for subscription and on the bell so you can get notifications. If you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below. And if you want to share this video, that will help me a lot more. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that video, and yes, thank you so much for your attention, guys. And as always, if you want to leave a comment, that will help me a lot more. If you want to give me a like, that will help me even more to get on the top of the recommendation for YouTube. And if you want to share this video, that will help me even more
So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for your attention. I hope you enjoyed the video, and yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.